We're not just going for the 2 Megapops achievement today, we are also going to go for every single pops done in the entire game of Chimps, with a single tower doing all of the damage, and that is the Lord of the Abyss. I'm just kidding, it's going to be Abyssal Warrior. We don't need Lord of the Abyss, we only need Abyssal Warrior to do this. I'm just hoping that you're close enough to the track to start, but also far away enough so that we can alchemize you. And then when we get to around 100, the alchemist is not going to throw a potion at the bad, because that would be bad news for us. The Mermonkey can definitely perform. Let's just hope that it can actually get through everything. And you're going to do that, aren't you? We just need to be able to get off the starting line. We just need to be able to pop these green balloons. But obviously that's not going to be the case with you keep going down there. That one particular one always escaping the track. Let's just try close to see if we've got any better micromanaging going on. And that looks to be the answer that I was looking for. Now we can place down Geraldo. I'm going to place you directly top right because I do want to fit a Mermonkey up there later on, which will increase range of this Mermonkey. But obviously we need to actually be able to go through this round. Oh dearie me, it's going to be like this, isn't it? Can I put Trident Efficiency on and then be able to afford Geraldo halfway throughout the round? I hope that is the case. If not, then we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Nope, that's it. We can do that. We can do both. Upgrade Mermonkey to efficiency and put Geraldo down. Next up is going to be attacking the rock. And no, I'm not talking about Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm talking about the rock on this map. And we're not attacking the yellow balloon. I don't want to continuously upgrade the Mermonkey just to go through a round and then lose the next round because we need another upgrade on the Mermonkey. I guess we will just tackle this on this round. I wish I didn't have to buy Echo Sense Precision this early, but with these yellow balloons I have no choice. You will be ready on round 22. Let's go for Trident Swiftness next, and I believe I will need a Glue Gunner for the next round. We're getting Glue Gunners regardless. Glue Gunners are invaluable support, regardless of what kind of 2 Megapops run I'm doing. You always have a Glue Gunner of some kind to help you out. Slow them down, do additional damage by 2. That's with the tier 4 middle path Glue Gunner. When you cast the ability off, please pop this. You're going to be annoying, aren't you? Yep. You're going to be annoying, which is why I hate yellow balloons. Micro a little bit, and you're going to be the same, aren't you? Why do you have to let go of the glue at that specific moment? Well, that close again. That saved me once, and you're not going to save me again because for some odd reason, the glue just runs out at that moment. This game hates me. I don't want to buy Echo Sense Network this early just to go through a round. Bloody regrow yellow balloons. At least I know on the bright side that we've got Echo Sense Network. And we're going to get several more Mermonkeys. And the only upgrades we're going to get is up to 002 for that. Attack range bonus for primarily our top half Mermonkey over here. Now I would like to just go through this next few rounds, I don't know how many that's going to be though, with just a 202 Mermonkey. We don't want to go up to Abyss Dweller just yet because I would like to proc this rock over here. Here we go, 3,000 on you, and I hope to have enough money to get ourselves a 200 Alchemist down to be able to give you AMD so that you can pop lead balloons. And these regrow yellows are going to be annoying, aren't they? Oh, that one almost escaped the map there. Oh, great. We'll have to manipulate you to be able to glue things, hopefully. I just need these pink balloons to be slowed down and not escape the map. I'm going to have you on strong, so hopefully you can whittle down the yellow balloons. Yeah, the early game is going to be pretty difficult before we get Abyss Dweller, but it's just a matter of getting through all of this. That's going to be the annoying aspect. We are really tight on money, and I would rather not get any other upgrades aside from the AMD, but I may have to go to bigger glob. Just bigger glob. That's all I am wanting to put down onto the field, and I hope I can get through this, please. Thank you. Whew. As soon as I saw that blue balloon go around the circle one more time, then I knew I was in the clear. This might be some trial and error, but I do need you to be as far away from the track as possible while also benefiting the Mermonkey over here. And you are benefiting the Mermonkey. Brilliant. Round 29, a whole bunch of yellow balloons again, and some of them are regrows. Whoop-de-doo! Lovely, lovely yellow balloons! If you're new to the channel and you wonder why I go on about yellow balloons, I lose to them a lot. Like, a hell lot. Now, once we get Abyss Dweller, we should be in the clearing. Well, something along those lines. Hello there. But it's just a matter of getting to that point, which is sometimes the thing that people don't understand, is that you actually need to get to that point before you can use that really nice upgrade. Oh, we're missing 33. I wish I didn't get that bigger globs now. We'll stick you on strong, and then back to first. Ah, dearie me. Don't know what to do here. Maybe Berserker Brew? But then again, I'll be missing quite a lot of DPS later on, but we'll get Berserker Brew anyways. Hopefully that is the damage which I need to be able to go through these rounds, but I'd rather have got Abyss Dweller, to be honest. Though it does look like we are shooting just a little bit faster, which is the idea of having you. And we'll go with Abyss Dweller now. Now, the next thing I want to get is this rock. But, again, I don't think I can do that, because we need the setup that we've got at the moment to be able to take out round 40. And hey, guess what? Do you think this alone is going to be able to take it out without some additional range shenanigans? I don't think so. But when it comes to additional range, do we A, get a monkey village, or B, get a few 002 mermonkeys down? I think you know which one is more cost effective for the short term, or in the long term as well. 37. Come on, take them all out, please. Yeah, once we got Abyss Dweller, it's just really nice to have the tentacle attacks as well, and not just the tridents. Well, tridents are pretty powerful now. Although they did get a slight nerf, I think it was in 52 or 51 where the pierce has gone down a little bit for the tower. Okay, 10k, 10k, lovely, and we're going to turn off auto start so that we can place down some monkeys. Also, AMD is really nice on the next round because each of our attacks do bonus damage against the Moab. I wish to have enough money so I could place another Mermonkey down, but because we needed bigger globs or Berserker Brew, then we wouldn't be able to do that. I hope what I've got at the moment is enough, but I just don't know. We need the additional range so that we can then attack a bit more, but I just don't know really. Can we get through this? Hopefully we can. If we can, that would be great, but I don't think we're even 75% of the way through it. Oh. That is super close. That is really, really close. Why'd you have to have that gap between? Maybe that was it? Oh, come on, really? I need more range. Oh, wait, I didn't have the other Mermonkey up here. Okay, maybe now I can do it. Now I've got slightly more range, but there's a perfect gap where Berserker Brew is not applied, which is really annoying. Can I do it now? Zebras. Okay. I think because of the fact that when you fail a round, the Alchemist's fire rate when it comes to buffing your towers gets reset. But then that applies to everything on the screen that's currently doing something. Like let's say the glue gunner's fire rate gets reset. Also, just ironically enough, got a nice PS boost for our glue gunner, but sometimes we don't get it because of the Berserker Brew range reliance. While it would be nice to get times 10 for our Abyss Dweller when it comes to Echosense Network, if we do get 10, then unfortunately some of the Mermonkeys on screen, even when they're tucked away as far away from the track as possible, they're still going to be able to get a few pops here and there when round 100 comes. So unfortunately we cannot get the times 10. I think we can go up to times 8, including the Abyssal Warrior soon to be. Once this is procs and then we start hacking away at you, then I'm going to upgrade you to the Abyssal Warrior. But we just need that money, and we're going to have just enough on the next round. Yep, there we go. We hit 10k here. And a little bit more so as well. Very good. Very good. I'm going to turn on auto start now. That was just primarily important for round 40. So in a black border run, you would use a different strategy altogether to get through round 40. Why is it always the fast balloons that always gets through first? It makes sense, but still annoying. Come on, let's get Abyssal Warrior as soon as we get the money for it. There we go. Now we're much more powerful. And now we're just going to stick with this for the time being. We don't need anything else other than this of what we got going on at the moment. Perhaps another Echosense Network Mermonkey or two, but that will be it for the moment. I need to get these activated as soon as possible. And from testing, I think we can get this down here unearthed on round 92. So we start hacking away at this on round 72. Yeah, I think in update 52, I think Ninja Kiri really overtuned the Mermonkey. I mean, it's possible now to do a Chimps game on the modified version of Spar Pits, which is when you activate all 5 lanes on it and it becomes Tar Pits. Thank you, Mermonkey, for being at a price where you can put 2 of them down at the very start of the game and be able to make a Tar Pits Chimps run possible. CHIMPS did a video on it very recently. I highly recommend watching it. With most runs, we would have a village up, we would have an overclock up, all the shenanigans like that, but no. We're doing it with just a few Echosense networks to boost our range, because range is a very nice to have. Range gives you a range of options. I know I'm bad with puns. Yeah, just this little boost by having Berserker Brew is all we need. Like, sometimes I wish I could have more AMD uptime, but if you could get through the entire set of rounds with just what we've got, then we don't need to worry. Put you on strong, and please get through these bloody lead balloons. Thank you. Now, what about the BFB? We'll be able to take this out. Whatever you do, Alchemist, do not attack a balloon. All you have to do is buff this one Mermonkey. You don't need to do anything else, okay? Okay? Just buff the just buff the Mermonkey. I mean, don't buff yourself. Actually, if you buff yourself so that then you can buff the Mermonkey so that it goes even faster. Like, paint yourself red, that means fast. Or paint yourself purple, because that means you're sneaky. Or in this game's case, you're immune to magic. Or if you paint yourself gold, that means you're rich. Or if you paint yourself blue, then that means lucky. I'm talking about from the perspective of an orc from the Warhammer 40k universe, by the way. Man, orcs are great. They are the only comedic spot within that universe that is not completely overtuned with darkness. And being the fact that you don't ever want to live in the Warhammer 40k universe at all. It is one of the most grimdark settings ever. 64 fortified Moabs, and hey, guess what? If you're more spread out on the circle, that means I can attack more often. The best chances you have is to be on different rounds and by yourself. so then the trident does not arc around towards you. What is great about the top part of Mermonkey is just an excellent counter to ceramics. Like, even super ceramics the Abyssal Warrior does okay against. What would you rather have as your ceramic counter? The Mad, which barely does anything, or the top half Mermonkey? I think even Abyss Dweller is better against ceramics than the Mad is. A tier 5 tower? But then again, we could ask the other question of, like, what is better against Moabs? And I know the question will just stop there because we know the answer already. But what is the best tower against yellow balloons? And my answer to that is, there is nothing you can do against yellow balloons. They just go right on through. I say this quite often in my videos, but I absolutely love each cross-pathing of the Mermonkey. Regardless of which path you go down, each path has its own distinctive personality to them. And they all have much different designs from each other, and it's brilliant. You know that this is like a dark maiden of the underworld, of the Mermonkey kind sort of thing, if you know what I mean. And the middle one is like a Greek warrior, Poseidon, inspired by the very mythological being itself, Poseidon. Obviously called Pops on it to make it balloons related. And then you've got the final harmonic, which is like the Mermonkey that lures the pirates to their demise. Also, round 72, we should be able to proc the 100k rock down here. And then we don't need to worry about what we spend the rest of our money on. We need 15 left. These two BFBs will do nicely. Now we can do what we like with the rest of our money. And I think first things first, we're going to go for a stronger stimulant alchemist. And then we're going to upgrade you to Berserker Brew once. I don't even think when we get this done and dusted, we're going to actually activate it right away. Because what I want to get firstly is a ×10 ultra boosted Abyssal Warrior before we even consider purchasing the Permanent Brew, because Permanent Brew is just applied, and when it's applied you get the maximum benefits out of it. You get only the maximum benefits out of Ultra Boost once you put ×10 onto the tower of your choosing. It takes a while to get the full benefits out of it. But 75, can we make it through round 75? We're going to give you some range boost, dear Abyssal Warrior, because you're going to need all the range in which you can get. Also, you may have noticed so far, we have not needed a single Geraldo item. Not at all. Nothing used from Geraldo's shop at all so far throughout this entire playthrough, sorry. And the only time in which we're going to use Geraldo at all for his items is going to be in the 90s and on round 100. That's 77 cleared. What about round 78? Yeah, we'll be able to do it. Yeah, I think that's the max I can go with. That one and that one gives me a little bit of concern, so I may just go up to ×8 just to be absolutely certain. So that's at the moment times. Okay, we're going to stop there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm content with that. I think if we go any further, we do have chance of these Mermonkeys stealing some pops. I'm thinking of mainly you and one of these two. Also the one that would go there as well. But for goodness sakes, look at that range. The minority of the range benefits come from the Alchemist and soon to be Village, which I'm going to place down now because we definitely need an MIB for 90. Although I'm going to do this again. I keep doing this. We're going to get an overclock first before we do anything else. Even when you get the, oh goodness sakes, larger service area, it still doesn't outrange a ×10 Echo Sense Network Mermonkey. Yeah, I'm going to get an overclock first so that we can go through the 80s better, because the attack speed boost which we get from overclock is much better than getting jungle drums. But we will get jungle drums. Because why would you not get jungle drums? It's an obvious choice. Also, we need that attack speed boost when it comes to round 80 and beyond, because the ink produced from the Abyssal Warrior, or even Lord of the Abyss for that matter, does not slow down ZOMGs. And there goes that abomination. Okay, hopefully we can get the overclock up and we can do this round. Do not hit the ZOMG. And for that matter, do not hit the bad. It's mainly when you start rotating around the circle, because essentially its hitbox is like a rectangle, and if it sticks one of its corners out, then there might be the chance for the alchemist to throw a potion out, which I would not want you to do. I'm thinking of round 100. Come on, go down please, ZOMG. You're on the last 25% of your HP. We'll be able to... Yep, there we go. Ink goes down, and the rest should go down very swimmingly. Hopefully. Yes, we got enough power in the tank to be able to do this. Okay, now we're going to get the village up. And hope we're going to have enough money throughout the 80s to be able to purchase an MIB. Because I think that's definitely going to be very handy for round 90 and onwards. But we're going to get Homeland Defense anyways. Now, round 82 I find is not as annoying if you've got the damage to be able to damage the fortified BFBs, because the BFBs themselves are less clumped up together. You can only make them clumped up if you have like Moab glue gunners, for example. But we will give it anyways, because we need to slow down the DDTs and beyond. To think that the Abyssal Warrior has it in it to be able to do a challenge like this with the Destroyer? Absolutely. But not for this. Do you think this has enough damage to take down the bad and the insides? But we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. Okay, round 84 is looking a little bit on the clumped up side. Are we going to be able to do this? Or will we need some glue support? That looks like we don't need glue support. But I will get glue support for you. We're going to stick with a 013 at the moment for that. And for you, I'm thinking about placing you down here, because I'm going to need some glue support for the very back of the map when it comes to round 100. Now, something of note is that if you get Jerry's Fire, it also benefits from the EchoSense network range boost to the Jerry's Fire itself. So it's going to be able to fly across, like, even at this point of the map here, the Jerry's Fire is going to be able to attack the bad when it's over on the right hand side of the circle here, from being put onto the Abyssal Warrior. And that's round 86 sorted. Just enough money for a glue strike. Hopefully this will definitely help us out when it comes to this big horde of ZOMGs over here. That +2 damage is very nice. The less damage per projectile your tower has, the more that it benefits from having glue strike, because you're essentially either doubling or tripling the damage output per projectile. So before the Absolute Zero got a damage boost to it, it used to only do 1 damage, but obviously you can triple that damage if you have balloons on the screen which have been struck by the glue strike ability. So it means it goes from 1 damage to 3 damage, but now it's just like, well, it's +2 damage added up onto like the 5 or 10 damage we do anyways, depending on what kind of target you are. I think it does the most amount of damage, the ability wise anyways, if you're going up against a ceramic that has been frozen, because the Absolute Zero now does bonus damage to frozen balloons and especially to ceramics. Again, Alchemist, I command you to just buff the Mermonkey. Do not have the range to attack. And that should solve round 89. Should. Please do it. Please do it. It takes a few tries to get through those ceramics, but we did it. And these DDTs are no match for our tridents. Blue Strike this big group of BFBs here. They are getting slowed down by both the Abyssal Warriors ink and the Moab glue, but we just need to get through this lot here, which is looking a little tight. Come on, take them all out. Okay, I'm going to actually turn off auto start because we are going to have a lot more money in the bank now. So what are we going to get? We are going to get ourselves the Ultra Boost and Homeland Defense. And then after that, we will get ourselves the Permanent Brew. Yeah, we'll definitely Homeland Defense since we've still got a little bit of time for Ultra Boost to come back. Because when you buy Ultra Boost, the ability cooldown resets, which is kind of annoying. But having a support option this powerful will mean that you can kind of justify the ability cooldown reset. But it's still annoying regardless. Now, if we can delay the end of this round for as long as possible, that means we'll get as many Ultra Boosts up on the Mermonkey as much as we can. Hopefully, we've got the damage to be able to do the rest of this without requiring another Homeland Defense off. Okay, turn on Auto Start. Now that we've got that down onto the field. Okay, DDTs, not a problem. And when we go to round 95, that'll be even more not of a problem, since hopefully by then we'll have times 10 Ultra Boost. Actually, now that we are well into the 90s, I can apply you onto you. And I'm just going to apply you onto you so you have a bit more range, which means you'll stick to those DDTs just that tad bit sooner. Whatever target you are going to Moab Blue, sorry. Homeland Defense. We're going to do a lot of damage. Again, do not say anything else other than 0. As you can tell, the Jerry's Fire is making its way very far onto the right-hand side of the map. Okay, this is looking to be a little perilous. We are getting Pierce capped on our glue, but the Pierce is being kind of, well, benefited, definitely thanks to having Abyssal Warrior nearby. And now round 95. We will have times 10 Ultra Boost when the DDTs spawn in, and there's not a single thing in which they can do to stop us. Did you see the slaughter of the DDTs right there? That's fine. Okay, we're going to go with level 19 Invisibility Potion onto the Mermonkey now that we can do that +1 camo damage, which is going to be all that more important for round 100. Oh, and also 99 as well. We have the money for Permanent Brew, which means that the AMD and the strongest stimulant will never ever go away from our Mermonkey ever again for the rest of this run. Take out the rest of round 96, and I think I'm going to go for Relentless Glue next. I'm just going to see how I do with just the 014. If I find that I'm not gluing enough Merle class balloons on 98, we're going to go up to Glue Splatter. But I'm hoping because we have the 20% Pierce boost, no, it's like 2 plus 20% added on is not even 3, but I mean, hopefully it can still benefit in some ways. Yes, 2.4 now, 2.4 balloons. Around 98. Yeah, I think we can just make do with just the 014 Relentless Glue. Hopefully we can just do it with what we've got going on here. There's lots of Moabs over here, which I am not liking. I would like to have the Homeland Defense ready for round 100, so I don't want to use it too late in 98. And it's still been on cooldown for 99. What I am going to do now is have something which will slow down the insides of the bad once that round comes by, which is round 100. Come on. I also don't want to use Glue Strike as well. Can I proc you? Yeah, I think we definitely can. Okay, that will help a little bit for 99. Don't need a balloon sabo back yet for quite some time. And here is round 100. Glue strike right off the bat. And we're going to proc you to be able to unleash the homeland defense as soon as you're back up and running. Come on now. Get to it. Get to it. Get to it. There we go. And then use that again. We're going to apply a glue strike as soon as this one comes off cooldown, just like that. And then go back to homeland defense again. But I'm going to install some backline defenses back here so that we have more chances of slowing down the balloons. I just hope that none of the balloons decide to fly near any of these towers over here, so that then they steal. I just realized, do not attack the bat, please. Okay, it needs to go around the circle one more time. And hopefully this is all that we require to be able to go through this. Glue strike that homeland defense again. And as soon as the bat itself is popped, then we will activate Balloon Sabo. I realized when in testing, I tried to use the final harmonic to be able to slow down the DMG's progression, but then I find that Jerry's Fire and the final harmonic does have synergy where the final harmonic can receive damage because of the fact that it's affected by DOT effects, damage over time. And then what I'm also going to do is just put some glue down over here so that then the balloons have even less of a chance of escaping. Oh gosh, that's really tight. Some slight ability micro manipulation there. Come on. Surely I hope that I can just put one more Mermonkey down and it will not affect the end result. Oh, that does it. That's much better. Please stop them from advancing through the map. Can we do it? Okay. Yes, that's it. Total damage 2,042,693. Abyssal Warrior 2,042,693. An all pop scenario done by not the Lord of the Abyss, even though it's much easier to do with Lord of the Abyss, but we did it with the Abyssal Warrior. Tier 4 top half upgrade of the Mermonkey. Now then, would I want to try and do this same challenge with like the Arctic Knight? No, because we have something called purple balloons, and we would have to get an MIB for a Mermonkey while it's still a tier 2 under the AMD of the Alchemist, so that we can pop lead balloons while we're still a below tier 3 tower, and I would not like to try that. Maybe it is possible with, let's say, possible with a Zeely, I imagine, because of Heartstopper, but I just don't want to try that with, I don't want to try that with Riptide Champion especially. Arctic Knight, I don't know. Like, you're too ability reliant, and you're too reliant on getting like early upgrades so that the tower can actually do damage against every single type of balloon on the screen, including zebras. So no to Arctic Knight. But Abyssal Warrior, You just need an alchemist to be able to benefit it, and then it will turn into a normal type damaging attack. Essentially, it starts off with shatter, give it AMD, and it turns into normal. And homeland defense, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Ultra boost, also absolutely brilliant. And what's the other thing? Oh yeah, permanent brew, brilliant. All three of these need to come together to make this all pop scenario possible. So let's see. Mermonkey 0, Geraldo 0, Relentless Glue 0, Glue Strike 0, Permanent Brew 0, this one 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 0, Ultra Brew 0, and Balloon Sabotage 0. These are also 0. What an incredible force the Abyssal Warrior is when you give it the right combos. But also just greed the hell out of this map. But thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Please let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below. And we shall see each other in the next time of whatever video it may be. Have yourselves a lovely day, everybody. And don't die to yellow balloons. That's all I can recommend to you. Yellow balloons, they are the worst enemy to go up against in this entire game.